We're in Edmonton heading out to the airport to see the future of commercial logistics. These drones are not toys, they're aircraft built to change how critical goods move.
This drone is fully autonomous, and we have a pilot in command who is flying from Ontario, and I'm just here for safety reasons, and it flies its route back and forth.
On November 4th, Canada's rules for drones change. Until now, if a drone flew beyond the pilot's line of sight, the operator needed a special permit. Those permits were expensive and slow. The new rules allow drones up to 330 pounds to fly routine missions in rural airspace. It also lets them carry cargo, things like medicine, vaccines, and supplies. It moves drones from one-off test flights into regular service. But as simple as this looks, even today's flight represents years of approval. At most airports, this would never fly.
In Canada here, we're moving into a scenario where up to 350 pounds as of November can be flown BV loss, which is beyond visual line of sight, which means no people. So that allows for a lower cost of operation all night, all day, almost anywhere in Canada, outside the controlled space areas. Just like conventional commercial aviation, the drone applies to how it operates the same way as commercial aircraft. So if you think around all the rules and regs of what you've just witnessed was like years and years and thousands of flights of approval. So as easy as we just watch it take off today, that would shut down an international airport if someone tried to do that anywhere else. But Transport Canada and Nav Canada, we've worked so closely with them that they allow us to continue to grow the program. Only one drone can fly in the airspace at a time. Two would complicate things today, but in years ahead, we're going to see multiple drones coming and going from the airport, just like you see aircraft. So
this really matters for industries that work across long distances. In healthcare, drones can move blood and lab samples to hospitals and clinics. In oil and gas, they can deliver parts to remote rigs or inspect pipelines. In mining, they can transport samples and inspect sites that are hard to reach. And in agriculture, they can spray crops and monitor large fields. The benefit is speed. What once took hours by truck or wasn't possible at all can now be done by flight easily, sometimes in minutes.
So we're going to deliver pharmaceutical grade goods, healthcare product, high value time critical goods, over-the-counter pharma product. We're going to trial and measure, and we're actually going to put together some clinical research studies so we can give the healthcare industry some models that they understand how that impacts their world. Drone Delivery Canada there's 17 lines of redundancy for safety and security built into this. So if we think of where all the data is stored, where all the infrastructure to support the nav system on this, it's all encrypted, yeah.
The challenge is safety. These drones have to share the sky with regular aircraft. Edmonton is leading national trials to figure it out. Airports, regulators, first responders are all testing low-level flight corridors. They're proving every drone can be tracked and trusted. Canada is one of the few countries to allow this kind of operation nationwide. How we set the rules now will shape our role in the global market.
So the low-level airspace, which is 200 feet to 3,500 feet, is something that we're actually leading in Canada right now. So we have everyone from the fire department, the police, Nav Canada, Transport Canada, Edmonton Airport. We're actually going to set up a corridor around Villeneuve, Edmonton, and downtown, and Josephburg to measure and monitor scenarios, how we can integrate these types of aircraft into that airspace.
This also fits Edmonton's bigger strategy. The city is building its future around logistics and transportation. Regional airports that once focused on passengers are being reimagined as supply chain hubs. Drones extend that reach into rural and remote communities. Commercial drones are about to change how airports work. Smaller airports in towns and rural areas could become the final stop before goods reach clinics, pharmacies, and homes.
So if you think of the impact of an autonomous vehicle going into a remote area, what it's going to do for future communities that are rural or urban based is going to transform a lot of situations in people's lives in the future.